If Grok 5 truly becomes AGI, what happens to jobs, surveillance, and billionaires' power? Elon Musk recently claimed Grok 5 has a chance of reaching AGI, a bold statement that has set the tech and investment world ablaze.
There's some very exciting things on that front. Then there's AI with Grok, which have you used Grok?
I have.
Okay, it's very good.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's really fun.
You can ask for complex analysis of things, and it's going to get the answer right almost always. Speaking of AI, it's very important that AI be programmed with good values, especially truth-seeking values. This is, I think, essential for AI safety. Like, the most important thing we do for AI safety is to have a maximally truth-seeking AI. I can't emphasize this enough. Remember these words. We must have a maximally truth-seeking AI. And if we don't, it'll be very dangerous.
In this documentary, we will unpack exactly what AGI means, examine the credibility of Musk's claim, explore the economic and political risks, and ask who really wins and who loses. If we cross that threshold, stay with me, because the promise of AGI is seductive, but the consequences are too big to ignore. Part 1. Understanding AGI and Grok 5. What is AGI? AGI, or Artificial General Intelligence, refers to a system that can understand, learn, and adapt across a broad range of tasks at human level or beyond. Unlike narrow AI, which excels at specific tasks like translation or image recognition, AGI will be flexible, autonomous, and context-aware. This concept is a dividing line between smart tools and thinking machines. Experts disagree on when, or even if, AGI will arrive. Some see it as decades away. Others believe it may be closer than we think. The hype cycles are real. In the world of AI, uncertainty is the only consensus. Grok's evolution and Musk's claim. Grok is the AI chatbot developed by xAI, Elon Musk's AI company. With Grok 4, the system already demonstrates strong performance on reasoning benchmarks and logical tasks. But it still struggles with multimodal abilities, interpreting video, images, and robustness. Musk has claimed that Grok may fifth reach AGI. He tweeted, "I now think xAI has a chance of reaching AGI with Grok 5. Never thought that before." He's betting that architecture improvements, hardware scale, and novel training strategies will bridge the gap. Why many are skeptical. Advancing from narrow AI to AGI isn't just scaling up. It's rethinking cognition itself. Some critics argue that Grok 5 faces 3 key challenges before AGI becomes plausible. 1. Generalization across domains, moving beyond logical puzzles into real-world common sense. 2. Causal reasoning and creativity, not just pattern matching, but inventing, planning, and adapting in novel scenarios. 3. Robustness and alignment, ensuring safety, consistency, and resistance to adversarial inputs. In short, even if Musk is right about some breakthroughs, bridging the entire AGI gap is incredibly hard. Part 2. Timelines and the hype dynamics. The sooner-than-you-think argument. Musk has implied Grok 5 will be released before the end of the year and called it crushingly good. Such timelines create hype momentum. When leaders make bold claims, the entire ecosystem begins to echo them. Investors rush, media covers, startups pivot. The historical pattern of overpromising. AI has its cycles of overpromise and disappointment. Remember, AI will solve everything by 2020. Many models failed to meet expectations.
And so I think this is the year that, at least by the competitive coding benchmark, this is the year that AI becomes better than humans at competitive code forever, right? In the same way that computers pass humans at...
AGI hype is the most extreme version of that cycle. As one recent academic paper notes, AGI discourse is maintained by deep hype, narratives that outperform reality until the promise collapses. What plausible timeframes look like? Many researchers suggest AGI is still decades away, possibly toward the late 2030s or even 2040s.
On track for AGI?
In the next 5 to 10 years, I think.
And in 2030, you will have what?
Well, we'll have a system that really understand everything around you in very...
Rand's scenario work shows a range of possible futures, with centralized or decentralized paths to AGI influencing who benefits. In other words, hype isn't proof. It's a signal of belief, not certainty. Part 3. Economic and political risks. Disruption of labor and work. AGI could automate tasks that today only humans perform. Writing, reasoning, research, design, even management. That threatens massive job displacement.
What is your prediction for the year 2027?
We're probably looking at AGI as predicted by prediction markets and tops of the labs.
So we'd have artificial general intelligence by 2027. And how would that make the world different to how it is now?
So if you have this concept of a drop-in employee, you have free labor, physical and cognitive, trillions of dollars of it. It makes no sense to hire humans for most jobs.
Confident that a lot of current customer support that happens over a phone or computer, those people will lose their jobs, and that'll be better done by an AI.
One NBR study argues that AI automation could erode the role of labor, push inequality, and challenge how we value education and human capital. Concentration of power and techno-feudalism. If AGI becomes a capital-intensive asset, the value accrues to those who own it. A recent paper warns a new form of economic structure, techno-feudalism, where intelligence becomes the exclusive asset of elites. We may see wealth concentration on steroids. Few firms, few individuals, controlling cognitive infrastructure, geopolitics, surveillance, and state power. AGI could drastically amplify state surveillance and control. Governments could use AGI to automate decision-making, intelligence gathering, and predictive policing. A paper on AGI and free societies argues states may evolve toward despotic leviathan if unchecked. Alternatively, giving AGI power to non-state actors could weaken state legitimacy, chaos, fragmentation, or informally controlled zones. Economic extremes and collapse risks. Jean-Paul Carvalho warns of a tail risk scenario. AGI concentration disrupting democratic institutions, breaking social fabric, and causing collapse of human productivity. These aren't mild speculation. They're worst-case futures worth planning against. Part 4. Who gains and who loses? Billionaires and hyper-owners. If AGI becomes a platform, those who own it or own the hardware cloud data could magnify their wealth exponentially. Elon Musk's aggressive push with Grok and his federal contract with U.S. agencies shows early signs of platform entrenchment. Imagine cognitive tools that amplify insight, automate entire industries, redefine value flows. The owners of that tech become near sovereigns. Corporations and platform dominance. Big tech companies will race to control the infrastructure. The firm that owns the AGI API, the chips, the software stack, wins power over all others. The RAND analysis covers scenarios where centralized AGI control leads to geopolitical dominance. Workers and middle classes. Many jobs may vanish or be deeply transformed. Workers whose roles depended on pattern matching, analysis, or management could be vulnerable. Unless we reimagine income distribution, education, and social safety nets, inequality may skyrocket. Governments, regulators, and civil society. Regulatory frameworks will struggle to keep pace. Some states may ban or restrict AGI. Others may adopt it aggressively. Successful governance may need hybrid oversight. Human plus algorithm, transparency, accountability, rights to algorithmic due process. Part 5. Paths forward in governance models. Centralized versus decentralized development. One scenario. AGI development is centralized under a few corporate/government players. High control, high risk of dominance. Another, decentralized, open, multilateral development. More resilient, but harder to govern. RAND scenarios explore these trade-offs. Safeguards, ethics, and human in the loop. AGI systems must embed alignment, transparency, auditability, and fail-safes. Ethical guardrails should include human oversight, explainability, red team testing, and rights-based frameworks for users. Redistribution, universal AI dividend, and safety nets. If productivity skyrockets, society must distribute gains. Universal basic income, AI dividends, and wealth taxes may be needed to prevent collapse. One political economic analysis argues that without policy checks, Inequality from AGI could dwarf what we've seen from previous tech revolutions. International cooperation. AGI risks are global. Governance must too. Cross-border treaty frameworks, shared safety standards, enforceable protocols are essential. Competing state interests and corporate race dynamics make cooperation hard, but impossible if we want to avoid catastrophic outcomes. Conclusion. AGI is not simply an upgrade in software. It is a potential regime shift in intelligence, power, and existence. If Musk's Grok 5 does cross into AGI territory, it won't be overnight, but its ripple effects could remake labor, markets, states, and human purpose. We're at a hinge moment. The choices we make now, in governance, ethics, design, will determine whether AGI becomes a force for liberation or a new architecture control. Thanks for watching Shadow Reports. If you want more deep dives of the intersection of technology, wealth, power, and the future, smash that subscribe button and join the journey.